On January 23, 2026, EASA issued a really critical update for anyone operating the Airbus A330-743L. It's proposed Airworthiness Directive 26-11, and it's all about ensuring flight safety and staying compliant. So in this explainer, we're going to break down everything you absolutely need to know. All right, let's get right into it. We've structured this to be super clear. We'll start with an introduction to the new directive, then get into the unsafe condition it's designed to prevent. We'll cover who's affected, what you need to do and when, the impact on your operations, and finally, what your next steps should be.
So, first up, the introduction. We're talking about a new proposal coming straight from EASA, the European Union Aviation Safety Agency.
Now, what's really important to understand about this proposed Airworthiness Directive, or PAD, is that it's not just some minor tweak. It actually supersedes and rolls up two older directives from 2025. You can kind of think of it like a major software update. It consolidates everything that came before and adds some crucial new requirements to keep these aircraft flying safely.
Okay, so that leads to the big question. Why now? Why this directive? Let's dig into the specific unsafe condition that this whole thing is about.
At the very heart of this issue is a document called the Airworthiness Limitations Section, or ALS for short. Now, this isn't just a friendly manual. The ALS is the absolute rulebook for an aircraft's most critical parts. It sets the mandatory, non-negotiable deadlines for when components have to be replaced. It's all about continued airworthiness. And the reason we're talking about this today is that Airbus just put out a revised version of that ALS document. And here's the key part. This new revision brings in new, and in some cases more restrictive tasks. What does that mean for you? It means some components might now have shorter life limits than you originally planned for, which obviously has a major ripple effect on maintenance. And EASA is not messing around with the language here. They state it in black and white, and I'm quoting directly from the PAD. Failure to accomplish these instructions could result in an unsafe condition. It really doesn't get any more direct than that. This is the fundamental reason this mandate is being proposed. All right, so who needs to be paying close attention? Let's talk about the applicability, which specific aircraft this whole thing covers. This part is incredibly straightforward. If you operate the Airbus A330-743L, this directive is for you. And it's comprehensive, covering all manufacturers' serial numbers. There are no carve-outs or exceptions here. Okay, let's get to the most important part, what you actually have to do and how long you have to do it. Let's break down the compliance actions and deadlines. It really boils down to two main actions. First, you've got to replace the life-limited parts according to the new, updated timelines. And second, you have to formally revise your aircraft maintenance program, your AMP, to bake these new limitations right into your approved procedures. So let's look at this table for the specifics on timing. For the actual part replacements, the clock starts as soon as the AD is effective. You need to get them swapped out before they hit their new life limit. For the AMP revision, you have a firm deadline, 12 months after the AD's effective date. That might sound like a long time, but you definitely don't want to wait until the last minute on that. Complying with this isn't just a technical task, of course. It has a very real impact on both your safety management and your day-to-day operational planning. From a safety standpoint, it's pretty clear. The hazard is flying with outdated life limits, which is a risk you just can't take. This AD is the mitigation. It ensures that the correct, updated, and safest life limits are officially mandated and tracked through your maintenance program. It closes a potential safety gap. Okay, so for anyone in management, here's the quick summary. First, that AMP revision is mandatory, non-negotiable. Second, this is going to require some serious coordination. Your camo, planning, and procurement teams need to be working together on this right now. They'll need to review the entire fleet's component life limits against this new revision. And finally, be prepared for a potential operational impact. Planning these parts replacements might mean scheduling downtime for your aircraft. So let's wrap this all up with a clear look at your next steps and what you need to do to get ready. This really is the big question you should be asking yourselves right now. Is your compliance plan ready? Have you started mapping out how you're going to address these requirements? Let's just recap the core obligations one more time. Who is affected? All operators of the A330-743L. What do you have to do? Replace the parts and revise your AMP. When? Revise the AMP within 12 months and replace the parts before they time out. And don't forget that final deadline. If you want to submit any comments on this proposal, they have to be in by February 20, 2026. The name of the game now is coordination. Make sure your camo, planning, maintenance, and commercial teams are all on the same page to get this done on time.
And one last critical reminder, while this has been a detailed overview, it's not the official document. For the complete authoritative instructions, you must always refer to the official EASA AD text and the related Airbus service bulletin.
Subscribe to AeroPoda YouTube channel.